Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
Operationally, things are going about as well as expected at Virgin Galactic, but the stock continues to drop. As I'm recording, shares are trading for under $3, and that doesn't bode well for the company's future. So I want to go through exactly what's going on and what Virgin Galactic could do to turn this around. My name is Travis Hoyam. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And if you like this video, I have a deep dive on Virgin Galactic itself and how much money they may need to raise in the future. I have a link to that in the show notes, so check that out. I want to start with the most recent news, and that was the most recent space flight. Now, this happened just last week that Virgin Galactic completed Galactic 2. This was the first private astronaut space flight. 3 private astronauts went into space, and that basically went off exactly as planned. It was also the 3rd space flight in 3 months, another milestone, and kicks off a period where we should see about a flight every month for Virgin Galactic. So from an operational standpoint, this is about as good as we can expect. But what has happened with the stock over that period of time? Well, I'll go back to 1 month and you can see since the end of July, there has been a steady downtrend in the stock. Right now, the company's market cap is about $1 billion. And that's about what the company has on the balance sheet. You can see here that if you add up the cash, restricted cash, and marketable securities, the company has just under $1 billion worth of cash on the balance sheet. Virgin Galactic is doing what it said it would do from an operational standpoint, but the market continues to sell off the stock. And this is the challenge that the company has actually put itself in, is that I have estimated that Virgin Galactic needs about $2 billion more in cash to get to the point where the Delta class spacecraft is going to be operational and get to the point where it can actually generate cash. Because there can't just be one Delta spacecraft. These are going to fly about once a week. They need to have multiple Delta spacecraft operating. That's not going to happen until at least 2026, probably more like 2027 or 2028. At the current rate of cash burn of about $140 million per quarter, there's about 6 quarters worth of cash. That doesn't include building those new Delta spacecraft, which are about $50 to $60 million a piece, building a new mothership. There's a lot of costs that goes into this business. So we're right now at the point where what does Virgin Galactic do to raise more money? It doesn't appear that the market has the confidence to keep the stock high enough where they can just kind of continue selling stock periodically to continue raising that cash. So there's a couple of options. You could have very dilutive stock offerings. You could also do something like a convertible debt offering where you would sell debt that maybe has a 0% interest rate, but it converts to stock at a relatively low value. It's a little bit like selling shares, but in the case of a bankruptcy, those debt holders would be ahead of any equity holders in claims on the company. The third option, and what I think we should be looking for in the near future, is partnerships. Virgin Galactic has demonstrated that it can get to space repeatedly on a regular basis with its older spacecraft. It has partners helping build its next generation spacecraft. And there are companies out there, big companies, that would like to have a growth business as part of their investments. Think companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin. And so those are the kind of partners that I think Virgin Galactic should look to raise maybe a couple $100 million a piece. Give the market a little bit of confidence. We have seen this work over and over again for companies that are in this growth phase where they need to raise money. One of the ways to do that and increase confidence is actually to do that with a big partner. So I think that's the kind of thing to look for in the near future. But this is ultimately a confidence game for Virgin Galactic. If the stock keeps falling, they're just running out of options to raise the kind of cash they need to get to that promised land. And right now, with shares trading about where the cash is on the balance sheet, I think management is going to have to make moves sooner rather than later. That's just the reality of the market today. But what do you think about Virgin Galactic's progress, its financial future? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.